Yeah, so the question is, how can I learn Jiu-Jitsu faster? This question I do get pretty often, and so the way that I would recommend people break it down at first is to separate class time, or times that you can be at your school training, and outside of class time. When you're outside of class, some things you can do that will really accelerate your progress would be to improve your mobility, so that in focusing on the shoulders and the hips specifically, so improving the quality of the tissues by rolling out like on a lacrosse ball or something like that, and then mobilizing those joints so that you can increase your range of motion, whether that's overhead or behind, or getting more extension in the back of your shoulder, and then the same in the hips and the pelvis. That will help so that whenever you do learn a technique in class, you're able to express it in the best way possible. A good way to sort of capture the relationship between mobility and Jiu-Jitsu is that the corners of your mobility are also the corners of your Jiu-Jitsu. If you can't move and create a certain shape, and that shape is required in a certain moment in Jiu-Jitsu, well, you're not going to be able to do it, and you're going to be stuck without something to do. So that's stuff you can work on at home. Another one is to study footage, and there are a lot of different ways you can do this. You can watch just random matches here and there, but what I would recommend is to find somebody, a competitor that you like, or an instructor that you like, and to follow their content and get a really good understanding of that individual. That way you'll be able to pick up on and notice more detailed and nuanced patterns in their movement, whether that's in regards to things they do a lot or things that they don't seem to do at all. Maybe they're bad habits that a lot of other people have that this person does not have. And overall, outside of class, I really recommend that you let your curiosity dictate where you go with your attention, because that will be the information, that will be the material that you retain the best and that you digest the most thoroughly. Another good one is to take notes on things. You don't have to write down absolutely everything that ever happens in Jiu-Jitsu or in a video you see. It can be as simple as writing down one specific mechanic that you're trying to make automatic. So one example might be whenever you grab, to make a paw grip instead of just grabbing however seems convenient. So you make a paw grip. Now maybe you take that and write it on a Post-it note, and you stick that Post-it note on your computer screen or whatever you happen to look at a lot during the day. And over time, as you just let your attention go to that for a few seconds here and there, that will slowly become something that you have in mind when you go to do your grips or you go to do your training. And then sometime after that, you'll see that Post-it note and go, oh, yeah, I do that all the time. Like, I don't have to even really worry about that. I'm always doing paw grips. Okay, you take that off and you can put it in a notebook or archive type of thing and put a new Post-it note there. And that way you're just getting one thing at a time, a slow drip of information in one specific area, and then you can do that until it's automatic in your in-class training. In class, I would say that it's important to do everything that happens in class with intention, okay? Whether it's if you guys jog around the mat as part of your warm-up, or you do forward rolls or grip fighting, whatever it is, avoid the temptation to just go through the motions or to just do the thing you've always done in these circumstances. Try to create little tests for yourself, whether it's like on a forward roll. Can you forward roll over both your shoulders? Can you forward roll in like a long forward roll? Can you do a very short and tight forward roll? Can you do your movements very quietly? If your movements are quiet, it means that you're not bleeding out force into the floor or into your partner. That's what all those loud slaps and sounds mean, is that force is being bled out of the system instead of being contained in it, which is what you want. So testing yourself in those ways by being very intentional in your movements and using cues like how loud are the sounds that I'm making are good metrics for discovering how that intention is playing out in your actual practice. When you drill, you should be steadily becoming more effective at accomplishing the thing you're practicing with less effort or strain in the system. So each repetition should be more effective. The strangle should take less effort to make your partner tap, and that it continues to occur every single repetition. So those are just a few points that I would recommend. If you want more videos, please click below to subscribe. If you want to dive in deeper, you can click here to get a free video seminar I did of one of my favorite sequences from standing to submission. And if you have any questions or anything you want to see, please leave it in the comments below.